Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. I know you can hear me. I'm coming through. Dope beat by Rich Boy right there. It's mine, though. Yo, everybody, what's going on? I just wanted to give an update and give you my review on Ethiopia. You know, last month we did Cameroon. This month, Ethiopia. What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Seth? I want to give that an update on Ethiopia because Africa is cracking, and they were so welcoming through this whole summer. Africa has been cracking, but Ethiopia, I'm not going to lie, Ethiopia is my favorite country in Africa so far. I'm only 3 deep, but I'm telling you, so far, Ethiopia is it. It's the reason why some people go and they don't come back. You're not going to see it on the news. You already know the propaganda. That's why I'm going to come give it to you. You know, we have visual. You know, we're even working as one of my clients on a little mini documentary, but I'm going to give y'all something. What's going on, Seth? You know, but Ethiopia, I'm going to tell you what makes it so special on the continent of Africa. Before this, South Africa was still my favorite, followed by Cameroon. But Ethiopia, the people are too friendly, so friendly. They know customer service. You know, when you leave the country anyway, you can feel that freedom and that weight off your shoulder. No worries about, you know, police, or no worries about just somebody randomly just wanting to start stuff and you have to finish it. There's no worries about, you know, Muslim and Christian. How you doing, Jerry? Because everyone gets along. Even the animals, like many countries outside of America, the animals are free to walk around. And that does not mean that you're in the wilderness. That just means that when you see a bull going down the street, it's not a raging bull. You know, and I was worried for a second because I'm like, man, I've rode bulls before. I wonder if they like sent a memo to their cousins here in Ethiopia and it was payback. So to me, Ethiopia was so calm. You know, had it was 3 of us. It was a work trip, definitely not a vacation. And you know, we had ups and downs as far as scheduling, because you know, if something can go wrong, it probably will. And it's hard to depend on people. Now, my team was solid. Everybody was good. Everybody was there to work. Nobody was on any nonsense. And for one of my clients, it was the first time we got to meet after all these years. We had not met. We just worked virtually like we do with many clients. But it made sense for me to go there, having been to Africa, and this was their first time, and just me doing my job. But Ethiopia, I'm talking about from the trains. I'm like, you guys have BART out here? Like the BART trains in the Bay Area are, you know, the trains all over. Houston, you guys have your trains downtown, I believe. Dallas, you know, LA for sure. New York subway, you know, the biggest and best known around the world. But Ethiopia, I mean, China is building that place up and using the labor locally, using local labor, which you gotta love. You know, it was just beautiful to see, and the Ethiopians are happy. You know, they have young leadership. That's the difference between Ethiopia and many African countries, in my opinion, is the young leadership that they have. You know, we all know in many of these countries, if you're over 70 and you don't know how to use Twitter, you need to go. You know, maybe that's the only positive thing we can say about Donald Trump is he, you know, at least knows how to use social media, whether it be for good or evil. But you know, many African leaders need to go. They need to go. They need to retire. They can stay there for the wisdom, but just be there for the wisdom. But they have to go. But Ethiopia has the young leadership. Ethiopian Airlines is booming right now. Again, everybody we saw working with them, young people, you know, and that's, you know, that young is relative. So, I mean, I was talking to one guy, he's like, I'm not that young. I said, but he's like, look, I'm bald. I was like, man, what are you, like 42? You know, that's it. Still young enough to make these ideas and know that things need to go, because Ethiopia is still Africa. It's still Africa. It's not like South Africa where people say, oh man, it's kind of, you know, like Europe, whatnot, because of the, you know, apartheid, and because you do have a mix of black, colored, white and Indian and all that. You know, you have that mix. Ethiopia is pretty much pure black. Checked out the African Union. Those are my new profile pics. I put a gang of pics up, drone pics. You gotta be G14 classified to have a drone go up there. And I thank God for that classification. You know, some of y'all know what I'm talking about when I say G14 classified. But Ethiopia, gotta go back. Gotta bring the whole family. Gotta stay even longer. And I may not even talk about it because I just want to chill, unplug. The people are just so friendly. You know, a lot of times people here, they might mistake, like, any foreigner is a foreigner and they don't know the difference between this and that. Or they may meet somebody who has an attitude. I won't lie. I met, there was a lot of Ethiopians at Grambling, and I know some of them had come from, you know, Ethiopia or Eritrea, but some of them had an attitude. And some of them, you know, might be their first time in the state, so they were uneasy. But for a lot of people, they thought they were unfriendly. They could have put a bad stain in people's mind for Ethiopians. I had many friends growing up, so that type of stuff, I'm like, people are people. And I knew some cool Ethiopians, but I got some, like I say, some cousins now, you know, from Ethiopia. They were like, Kelly, you look like us. Like, you are us. You guys are welcome. Even if some of the crew, if they didn't look like they were Ethiopian, they said, you are us. And that's the birthplace of civilization. Please believe it. Get your history right. You know, I was having that debate with the loved one yesterday. Like, you got to understand, Ethiopia was never colonized. Therefore, their mindset is totally different than many places in Africa. You know, many places, even here in the States, when you have the mix, you have, and let me speak for Seattle, because Seattle is known to be a cold city in general, but Seattle is a very whitewashed city. And what I mean by that, not to say there's a lot of white people here, because that's you know, that's a given, but it's that even the black people here try to assimilate so much to the white or the Asian culture. They're watered down, they're whitewashed. Just a lot of you here in Seattle, and you know it, that you're whitewashed, you're watered down, you're scared to say certain things, you're scared to greet your people, where that's a thing that black people do all over the world. We say hi, we give a nod. You don't look somebody in the eye and then turn away like you're gonna get robbed. But you know, here in Ethiopia, you don't have to worry about that. It's all good. Ethiopia is welcoming. Don't speak the language, it's all right. You know, by the time you leave, you'll be saying something. You'll be saying something. You know, salam, even if it's just a greeting. So it's just beautiful. And I know it wasn't just my experience. Put up some pictures on the Facebook, on the Instagram too, of the beautiful hotels. Everything was lavish. And you know, the thing about staying in the Ethiopian hotels were, whether we were in Mekelle, which is a more rural area, and you have to, you know, we took a flight, a little hour, 25-minute flight to Mekelle. The difference is, in Mekelle, our Addis, we're paying Holiday Inn prices. We're paying what, you know, the 120, the 150 that you pay at the Holiday Inn Express, you know, with your free breakfast. And you'll go check out the Kellen Cash. That's Cash with the K on Instagram. But you can also, you know, check it out, depending on where you're watching this or where you're hearing this. And you will see luxury. You will see the hot water. I was in a $5,000+ shower in one of my rooms. It had the steam, it had the jets blasting from everywhere, and it really just opened my mind to say, you know what, Africa is definitely the future. I know I've always said it to people, like, I'm gonna do 6 months here, 6 months here. There's gonna be a time where you guys are gonna have to come all the way to see me. So see me while you can. Hire me while you can, because I'm gonna be honest with you. There's so much African business and so much running through my mind. It's like, you are gonna really be blessed if you get a yes out of me to take a contract here locally. You know, it's gonna have to be somebody I really like. I really see the potential in their company, and you know, then our company, they can merge whatnot, because I'm trying to bring my whole team, the whole squad over to Africa, and they can pick whatever country they want, because we have to be multi-countries. We just can't stick in one place. We got to stick and move. Kenya, I think, will be next on the menu, unless we go back to Ethiopia. I know I got to go back to Ethiopia, got to go back to Cameroon, got to check out Senegal and Ghana. Because I'm telling you, the freedom that you get, that, in all of Africa, you can haggle your price everywhere. People are like, man, how many soccer jerseys do you have? As many as I can haggle. How many African wears do you have? As many as I can haggle. And getting that good price. They were looking at me like, man, are you African? I said, yeah, that's in the bloodline. I just have that blue passport, and there's a benefit to that. But there's so much going on in Africa, and if your eyes are covered, eyes wide shut, no matter who you are to Africa, you're tripping. Especially if you're black, because there's white, Asian, everybody's out there. The only race I'm not seeing out there yet, I didn't see any Hispanics, but please believe that, Hispanics and blacks, the culture, the African Hispanic culture is so similar. And there's some things historically where you can see the merger. You can talk about the pyramids here, the pyramids there, from Tulum, Chichen Itza to, Sudan, to Egypt and beyond. I'm telling you, the world is a global village, and there's so much going on in Ethiopia. So much going on. It's so beautiful, so peaceful, and I know people are going to say, hey, but the jobs aren't there. That's why everyone's coming out here. But, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm just around entrepreneurs, and I think everybody you should feed yourself. You got to have a business. And if you say, hey, I don't know what business I want to do or how to do that, I have a class for that. We go through and we help you get a business. We have something that you could set up, a couple things today that you can set up today if you want. Today, you could have a business if you really wanted it. And then work that business until you can make your $3,000 a month in Africa. You're golden. You're rich. Did you hear me? $3,000, and most of it, wherever you want to go in Africa, you are paid. That's your house help if you want 1, 2, or 3. That's your chauffeur. Your house help helps you cook, do the laundry, all that stuff, take care of the kids. All that. Your bills are paid. You're able to buy a house. If you really want a palace, $300,000, a palace in Africa. If you're not investing in Africa, to me, you're just blowing your money here, because you're having something that's going to take you 15 to 30 years, or that you may never own. And over there, you can own it. Over there, your taxes aren't it's not the same. Some people don't even pay tax. I'm not going to get into that and say how they get around that. But, some people don't pay tax, but you surely don't pay the high tax that you pay here in all Africa. You just don't do it. You don't have the foolishness of all these alternative, crazy lifestyles. Everything that was wrong is now right. People got dolls sitting in their front seat, and that's their wife. I just don't get it. I don't get it. People aren't coming outside of their work at Amazon or Microsoft or wherever they work and just blowing on the vape because they're just trying to cope. It's one thing to try to cope, but a lot of y'all are just on dope. You're just dope heads. You just don't know it. What I didn't see obsessive drinking in Ethiopia. I didn't see excessive drinking in Cameroon. Like, people aren't coming out the bars all drunk. You see a lot of that sometimes in Europe, whatnot. And inbox me. I'm gonna hit Europe. And if you inbox me and you're out there in Europe, we can try to link up on that. I got a couple people I gotta see when I'm out there in London, because those are just some people that I love. But if you're in Europe and you want to talk some business, talk some things, let's talk now. And when I get out there, we can definitely meet. Ethiopia, the currency. Let's talk currency. The currency. Now, I'm on a work vacation, so a work staycation. I'm working, right? So the employer or the client is paying for everything when I'm there. But there was some personal monies that I took out just to buy some gifts, for the fam. I done spent $100. Did you hear me? I did not spend $100, and I got a lot. Well, my client slash, I'm calling him my friend. He was like, man, you haggling too much. He said he was gonna tell on me on his platform because I was getting on him about the haggling. But but I told Phil, man, you gotta haggle out here in Africa so you can keep your money and so you can look local. But it was his first time, and I used to be like that. I used to be like that where I didn't want to haggle, and my wife was so proud of me. And I told her what I got, showed her what I got, and then what I spent. She was so proud. That's a beautiful feeling, whatnot, because she's a haggle queen. I think the only person who can beat her is her mother in the haggling and the prices. So I'm getting better. I'm improving. But Ethiopia, Ethiopia, I can't. I'm gonna have to make a song about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a song about it. It was so beautiful. You don't know that freedom until you really get there. And every time I get to Africa, I feel it. And I can feel that too in the Caribbean at times. Caribbean gets kind of touristy. And, you go to San Martin or Jamaica or whatnot, it can get kind of touristy, especially depending where you're at. But it's nothing like Africa. Met some Rastas out there, that had some insight. I'm going to share some of that information and some of that footage that I have from them. Try to get all this stuff edited real nice, for you and put this on YouTube. But I want you guys to check out Ethiopia. Check out, the prices are right. And if you need any help, I want you just to hit me up. I'm going to put in, how we're helping people travel now, finding great deals, finding people deals to Africa for $500 round trip. $500 round trip leaving from the States. So, you really want to get on this and let us help you, because Ethiopia is popping. Ethiopia, people are like, oh, we know that the women are beautiful there, and it's that. The Ethiopian women and the whole country is so, it's based on the scriptures. It's based on morality. The people will open up, but the people they're more reserved than America, but they come out. So many have gone back, and they're living their best life, having a good time. And for people who are single, let me just throw this out here for the men who are single. Africa is where you want to go. If you don't want to play around with the games and you're like a traditional guy and you have your bills and you can afford somebody else in the family, Africa is where you want to go. The women can work too. The women can work too, and the women do work. Don't think, because a lot of people think Ethiopian women are lazy and they just sit around and be good housewives. I met some managers, supervisors, women who are running some things out there. So don't get that stereotype out of your mind. But African women, beautiful women, inside and out. Still want to cook, serve, be submissive. That doesn't mean be controlled, but that doesn't mean compete with the man in his natural state, right? Just a beautiful situation. And anybody who can get upset or feel some type of way about that, you got to check yourself. That's not on me. Men want what men want, and the rest of the world makes sense to a lot of us. So it's just a beautiful situation out there. Everyone is smiling, having a good time. They camera shy sometimes, but you can get people out of that camera shyness, whatnot. All I do is run my mouth. So we'll make you get comfortable in an uncomfortable situation so we can get what we need, no hesitation. Ethiopia. That's my little blurb right now. I don't want to be too long. I want you guys to inbox, ask questions, book some more time so you too can go learn how to go business class even. I got that business class ticket on one leg. Flight got delayed in Ireland. I think I was talking about business class too much. God wanted to humble me. And so I got to hang out in the business lounge. Other thing, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a week old now, but my little new hairstyle. Folks in America weren't getting it. Something I picked up in Cameroon. And they said, is this a new style? Yeah, it's a new way for me, at least. You know, we always kind of will create something and not worry what other people think. So it's Ethiopia. Ethiopia got to go. If you don't like injera, there's more than injera. You know, there's so much food, and me, you know, it's the fasting menu because I like to eat that diet. I did try a little bit of the meat. You know, it's healthier meat. It's not processed, but I didn't have a lot. Like I just had little bits and pieces, but everything was fasting menu. From the airplane to the hotels to any restaurant you go to, even the fast food restaurants, you can get the fasting menu, which means no meat, you know, no dairy. Just a beautiful situation. I wish I could get more of that here where I'm in the States. You know, I wish I could just, everywhere I go, just be fasting and it'd be good and it'd be seasoned and it'd be spiced and it'd be nice and not just rice and beans, but all type of things. So holler at me, share, like this so someone else can get inspired to go to Africa. I truly believe America's on the down. It can't get any better than this. It's not a leader that can do what God is going to do to America. You know, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, the signs are all there. You stay here if you want to. We want you to stay here if that's where you want to be. That's a beautiful thing, because when you come to Africa, you have to come with a renewed mind. You got to leave that baggage behind. We do not want you in Africa with an American mindset. You know, bring your American money, bring your American skills. Don't bring that nonsense. Don't bring that garbage, because Africa is not for everybody. But for those that it's for, man, come explore. I'm going to be out Ethiopia. Got my heart. I left my heart in Ethiopia. But you guys be blessed. And, you know, we'll bring you more. I'm going to bring you more footage. Keep checking that Instagram on that Kellen Cash, because I haven't even unleashed most of my pictures. But I'm just giving a piece at a time, because I'm working on the Cameroonian footage right now. Then I'm going to work on the Ethiopian footage, see what I have enough for, what I can do. Love to be able to put this stuff on Netflix and Amazon through the connections that we have. Oh, thank you. Messi saying nice shirt. Yeah, it's a nice shirt. You know, I'm rocking all soccer jerseys. I'm rocking everything African. If not that, it's our own clothing line that I have. You know, you guys, I have the custom shirts, the custom suits for men and women, custom jeans, men and women. You know, but besides that, everything is custom or is African. And then if it's African, some of that's custom. Hard to get these jerseys custom, you know, but it could happen. But yeah, I love it. I love it. And I'm so refreshed. I'm so refreshed. That's why more trips. You guys be blessed. Let me know if we can book that time for everybody. We have business for you if you want to do your own business. You know, we're hooking people up. If you want to write a book, we're hooking people up. We got software helping you do that. We got mentorship helping you do that. Of course, the publishing company for Mekelle Publishing, looking for new writers all the time. You just have to want to put in the work with whatever you're doing. Whatever you want to do, you got to want to put in the work. No excuses, and make it happen. Don't tell me how busy you are, because you're not that. If you're too busy to progress or make a profit, you're just too busy to win. And that's it. That's it. Or you're already winning, doing your thing, and that's cool. You know, but for those who like, I need to fix up my credit, and I need to get this business, and I need to maybe finish school or whatnot, holler at me. All the information is there. It's affordable for all budgets who are serious. So, you know, I'm not long-winded. I'm going to go. I'm out. Be blessed. I'll bring you more.